How's it going today, guys? My name is Rep vs Retail, and today we have another video for you. Now this time, instead of having the Yeezy 350 V2 Zebras, we have the Breds. So today I've got a size 9. This is the retail pair. It was bought from Adidas in the city, in Australia, as well as a 8.5, which is the replica pair supplied by Jack the Plug yet again. He's going to be a sponsor for our videos, and as long as we keep showing the differences between the pairs and helping him, as well as helping you guys see if you're willing to purchase these pairs, he will keep the videos coming. So what we're going to start off with right now is the boxes. The overall structure of the box and the way that it holds up is very similar to the retail pair. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just when it comes down to the minuscule tags. So for the size 9, the font on the colorway is a lot darker and bolder in comparison to the replica pair, as well as the Yeezy Boost 350 V2 being more constricted. As you can see, it's quite stretched out on the replica pair, and the font is a lot thinner on the C Black, etc, etc. The sizing is no issue. All the US boxes come with the bigger one, as well as the EU and Eurasia one, the Australian ones, Chinese, or that Japanese, they all come with these ones here. Basically the Americans ones, because they just focus on their size. So let's get straight into it. So you got your two pairs here today, your replicas and your retails. The replicas come with all the necessary tags needed, as well as the insoles, sorry, not the insoles, the shoe paper that goes on the inside. The only issue I've noticed with the shoe paper is that it's a lot brighter and whiter on the replica pair, but other than that, no one's ever going to see it, no one's going to see your box. These are pretty good replicas for the price that you pay, because, you know, with everything, it's the price that you pay for them. If you're willing to spend money on the retail pair, I assure you, go for it. It feels much better. But if your budget isn't within that price hold, then go straight with the replicas. Okay, let's get straight into it. So first off, we're going to start the same way that we did with the Zebras. The insole, the soles, the text, the feel, material, the stitching, everything like that. So what I have here is my replica pair. The spacing between the pull tab and the 350 is yet again a little bit too big in comparison to the retail pair. So here is my retail on the bottom, and here is my replica on top. As you can see, the spacing is significantly different just by looking at that. And also the wording and positioning of the SPLY on the replica pair, which is the top, even though it's a size half smaller, it stretches out at the same space than the retail pair, which is a size 9. It should be different. So now we're on to our stitching. So the back tab stitching, similar to the Zebras on the retail pair, is protruded and bumpy. Just here's a close-up. On the side, it's not as bumpy as the Zebras, but it still does the same thing. And then we've got our pair here, where it's actually more of a lower cut as well on the replica pairs, and the stitching is 100% flat, just dead flat. With the Breds though, because there isn't very much pattern, there's no stripe, they're hard to replicate parts. This is a really good shoe if you want to get into it to grab them. The stitching of on the front is actually extremely similar. It's the same thing though, it's a little bit too flat, but other than that, it's a great shoe for a great price. Just like the Zebras, the laces are way too long. You can always fix that though. There's many ways to make the laces shorter by putting them on the inside, or just, you know, doing them loosely. The retail pairs, even though this has been unlaced, the loose goose style, it's much shorter. If I was to do that with the replica pairs, it would look horrible. The laces would literally be everywhere. But other than that, the laces have no issue. The colors are correct, the actual material is correct, the thickness, the feel of them, they're perfect. So now we're on to the actual tags on the inside. It's gonna be a really quick video, guys. Just because it's really easy to replicate this shoe. There's a few flaws like your Boost in that, but other than that, it's great for the price. So your insole text, it has been screen printed instead of vinyl printed on these, so the insoles won't be rubbing off. There's your replica on the right and your retail on the left. The actual inside tag is extremely close to the retail pair. The only flaws is that the font on the replica pair is a little bit bolder than the retail. So this is your replica pair right now, and I'm showing you the retail pair. I'll do close-up photos as well, guys, but that's those two there. They're exactly the same, besides, you know, the small details. So no one's going to pick these in the street unless they're literally holding the shoe in your hand. But if you're willing to take the shoe off and try to tell people they're genuine, that's up to you. It's all on you. So with the insoles, same thing. You've got to make sure that the sizing of the insole is correct with the shoe that you're getting. Sometimes the numbers are a little bit wrong. They're not as protruded on the replica pairs, and the Adidas logo is a bit fatter and bolder on the replicas. So now we're on to the Boost. On this replica pair that I have in hand, the Jack the Plug one, which is probably the best one on the market, it has the right amount of boost knobs. So this is your replica pair. The boost is extremely hard. On the V2s, the boost is really, really soft and it's very comfortable to wear. Quality wise, both shoes feel exactly the same, but when it comes to the boost and it comes down to the minute details, it's very hard compared to this retail pair that's been worn. As well as the actual sole of the shoe, the retail pair on the left and the replica pair on the right. You can see the brown undersole on the inside of the translucent sole. So here is solid gray throughout the entire sole, including to the top of this Adidas logo, so take note for that. But on the replica pair, you can see the brown quite badly actually. I think that's just because the Boost, it's a white, this shoe's a lot grayer, and the translucent cage is a little bit translucent, a little bit too translucent, so you're seeing the Boost through the bottom. But overall guys, that was the Yeezy V2 Bred. The shape of the shoe is fine, might be a little bit lower of a cut, but overall it checks out pretty well. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to check the description if you want to contact Jack for these pair of shoes, and enjoy.